Hey friends, today I am going to show you how to make pasta sauce from scratch. Okay, before we get started, I would like to talk to you a little bit about our pressure cooker though. Okay, this right here is our quick cooker. Pampered Chef came out with this about a year and a half ago, and man, has it changed my life. Okay, this thing is amazing. So our pressure cooker has 16 pre-programmed settings. So it has a sear function, which you guys will see here in a little bit. It has a steam function. You can actually use it as a slow cooker. It has a proof setting, which helps proof yeast doughs. So if you have like that bread that I showed you the other day, every now and again, if I forget to make the dough at night, I just stir it up in the morning and then I put it in here and just proof it for about 2 hours or so. And what it does is the quick cooker will heat up just enough to activate the yeast and help your dough rise quicker. So then it also has a chicken poultry setting, a beef pork. You can do fish and seafood in it. It has a soup stock setting, white rice, brown rice. You can do whole grains in it. It has a bean setting, stews and chilies, and then my favorite, dessert. Okay, and we have a bunch of different accessories for our quick cooker. You guys can see those if you just scroll through the shopping link. You should be able to see everything that we have. We have everything from steaming baskets to a springform pan so you can make cheesecakes in it. If you have never had steamed cheesecake, by the way, you're totally missing out. It's absolutely amazing, and it only takes about 35 minutes in the quick cooker. But yeah, we have a fluted cake pan, and then we have a ceramic pot and all kinds of other stuff. Okay, so today we are going to make one of our family favorite recipes. It is Italian sausage links, so it's just like the Italian brats that you can get. I get the mild just because the kids and I really don't like it very spicy. So I just cut them in little slices, and then I sear them in here for just a little bit. I'll get this started now. I usually just sear them just a little, just to brown the outside of the meat, and then I add all of the ingredients and pop the lid on and just set the timer to 4 minutes. I found that for my family, 4 minutes is the magic time anytime I do a one pot meal with pasta, because we like our pasta a little al dente, and it comes out perfect with the 4 minute setting. And the 4 minutes is enough to also cook raw meat. I have a recipe. It's called creamy Tuscan chicken pasta, and with that I just cube a pound of chicken breasts, and then I add that to it and some broth and the uncooked pasta, and I set the timer to 4 minutes, and it all comes out done and delicious. Okay, what I absolutely love the quick cooker for is also mashed potatoes. I figured that out last year for Thanksgiving. I made about 5 pounds of potatoes in this in 6 minutes. So I peeled the potatoes, I just cubed them and then threw them in there and set the timer, and added a cup of vegetable broth, and set the timer to 5 minutes, or 6 minutes, I'm sorry, and then they were done. So with pressurizing and depressurizing, it probably took about roughly 25 minutes, but I didn't have to stand by the stove to make sure that the water's not boiling over, and I could just set the timer and walk away and come back when it called me, when it beeped at me. So, yeah, so let's see. It doesn't take long for the quick cooker to heat up when you have it in the sear function. So I'll just add this meat to it right now. You can already hear it sizzling a little bit. So like I said, I'm just gonna do this just for a few minutes, just to give the meat a little bit of color, and then I'll turn it off. What I also like about the quick cooker is that you can put frozen meats in it. So I have forgotten to pull the meat out of the freezer before. Okay, so I had like a pork tenderloin that I wanted to make for dinner and forgot to get it out. So when I got home after my son's football practice, I just threw it in the quick cooker and added broth to it and a few seasonings. And then I just set the timer on the, or I just put it on the beef pork setting. And it's a 35-minute setting, and then I popped the lid on it, and it was done. I will say it took a little longer to come to pressure because the denser the food, it just takes longer for the pot to come to pressure. But all in all, it took about 45 minutes or so with the pressurizing and depressurizing and everything. So we had dinner in like 45 minutes. Okay, so this is already enough time. And I'll show you, I don't know if you can really see, but I just wanted to give the meat just a little bit of color before I add everything else to it. So now we will add the tomatoes. You can use crushed tomatoes, that's what this is. Or if you like your sauce a little more chunky, you can add just diced tomatoes, that's fine too. And then I will add my pasta. You can do any kind of pasta, but I'll use rotini pasta for now just because that's what I had in my pantry. And we like to, I like to just do the whole box because we like to have leftovers the next day. If your family's not into leftovers, I mean, we're a family of 4, so for us, 1 pound is plenty. I mean, we can probably, all 4 of us, eat off of this for 2 days. And then I will also add at least 4 cups of broth. So with these pasta recipes, there's not really a magic number for the broth. I just add enough broth to make sure that that everything is covered in water. Okay, so you don't want your pasta like sticking out or anything like that because then it won't cook evenly. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to this bottle just so I can get this sauce out. And then I like to add fresh garlic. If you like to cook with fresh garlic, you need our garlic press. This thing is awesome because you don't actually have to peel the garlic. So if you see here, it still has the skin on. So I'll just pop it in here. Uh-oh. I dropped one, so let's get another one here. Okay, so I'll just pop these 2 in there and then just press it right into the water. And the garlic press has this little cleaning brush that comes with it, okay? And I like to use the handle to just scrape off the garlic as it comes out, okay? And then once you're done, you can see here, so the bristles of the brush align with the holes of the garlic brush. And so you can just push it through. And then I like to use the handle and I just kind of scoop out the garlic. And there you go. And put it in the trash. And it's all clean. So then you can put this in the dishwasher when you're done. Both the brush and the garlic press are dishwasher safe. And then, so next I like to add some fresh basil just because we love the flavor of fresh basil. And then I do some Italian seasoning. If you're not familiar with Pampered Chef seasoning, you are missing out. They are fantastic. We have, I think, a total of 25 seasonings maybe, and they are just great for all kinds of dishes. So I typically do about 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. So I just take our large adjustable, or not adjustable, I'm sorry. We have two different measuring spoons. This is not the adjustable one. This is the stackable one, okay? So I love this one because it is shaped to fit. This is the biggest one. This is the tablespoon, and it fits in most seasoning containers. So no more frustration of trying to measure out your ingredients, and then you get half of the seasoning like next to the spoon because it's just hard to put in. Okay, so now I have that, and then I will also add some sea salt and a little bit of pepper, and then that's it. So you can do with, when I do my pasta sauce, I don't follow a recipe because I don't know, when I cook, I'm just an eyeball cooker, okay? I mean, not literal eyeballs, but I eyeball everything. So my main things are just the crushed tomatoes, okay? And then I add fresh garlic, fresh basil, Italian seasoning, salt, and pepper. If you want to get creative, get creative. If you want to add a seasoned salt, you can do that. The sky's the limit. I mean, whatever your taste buds prefer, you can do. But yeah, so this is my basic recipe. Okay, I know it's a lot of times intimidating for people to venture out and make their own sauces, and then you just buy the jarred stuff. But making it homemade is so much better and healthier for you too, because it just doesn't have all the added all the additives in it. So now I'm gonna pop the lid on this, and then I will do a custom time, and I will set it to 4 minutes. And then it's done. So before I let you guys go, I would like to talk to you real quick about one of my favorite features about the quick cooker. So the quick cooker has a safety feature. Once it is up to pressure, there's a little, let me see here if I can move this over to show you guys. So here in the back, you will see this red pressure indicator. Okay, when that pops up, that means that the pot is under pressure, and you cannot, it's physically impossible to twist the lid and open it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen those memes where like the lid of the pressure cooker is stuck in the ceiling because somebody opened it under pressure. You cannot do that with this, okay? So you don't have to worry about your lid ending up in your ceiling. Another thing that I love about our pressure cooker is that here you can see this is the steam release, okay, and this is the release button, okay. So when you push that, it automatically it sits at an angle, so the steam automatically shoots out the back, so you never have to worry about it hitting your face. Okay, that is for me, that was just that was definitely a selling point, because I've just heard horror stories of people having to manually open their pressure valve with, because a lot of the pressure cookers have like the button that you just turn, and so I have some friends that have pressure cookers that have that, and then they just kind of use like a wooden spoon or something just to open it because they're scared of burning their fingers, and I never have to worry about that, and it's also safe enough to where I can have my kids release the pressure as well. I send my little guy in here all the time, and he gets the little step stool out and puts it down and then pushes the pressure release valve when when it calls us that dinner is done, and and I don't have to worry about him getting hurt. So there you go, guys. I'm going to let you go now, and once dinner is done, I will take a picture and post it so you can see the end product. Okay, bye guys.